Yeah, I've got a little elf here.
Yeah, just sitting here with lots of packs of felt and a pair of scissors. Where's the missing leg?
Right, okay, so we've got to this stage that I've just discussed. And we've got all the markings sewn on, we've got his face all in place, we've got a leg, and we've got 2 antlers that have been stitched together for double strength.
Oh, so you stitched them first.
Yeah, so
right.
that's all blanket stitched around. So they're actually sort of separate pieces. I've glued them together, separate pieces there. And you're just putting those together for the extra strength. And you're running a blanket stitch all the way around. And those would be then finished and ready to put in place. You've got an ear here as well, 2 ears. And as I have said, there's an ear that's got the inner ear sewn on. You then blanket stitch around the outside to get something like that. And that's finished. And you can see that's nice and firm, isn't it?
Yeah. So you can feel that's going to stand up.
Yeah, it's more solid.
I think I would do that. I would sew the inner ear on first. That would please me more.
Yeah. So you can't see any stitching at the back.
That would please me more.
Yeah. Okay, so you've got that. And then you've also got these 2 little bits for a tail, which are here.
Yeah. Every reindeer needs a tail.
It does, yeah.
Hang his light on.
Again, 2 bits have been cut out of the tail and they've been stitched together in the same way as the antlers and the ears. And that is ready to go in as well. Now, I mentioned with the leg, you've got 2 legs sewn together with the components on the top, and it's all nice on the other side because I've sewn the front part, the details on first. Blanket stitched around the outside. Now, I've always been a bit weird about this in terms of when I did my cat book, I didn't want to sort of do the cat so it was like all 4 legs sort of.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? So what I always do,
like a kid's drawing where you've got every cat walking sideways.
Yeah, it's sort of almost in a way gives him perhaps a little bit more of a three-dimensional sort of look about him.
Yeah, because if all 4 legs went down straight.
Yeah, it just looks a bit strange. So what would happen now at this stage, you've got all your bits there. I'll mention the brads again. And are the brads in the pack? No?
No, but the brads are available separately. They're not in the kit, but they are available separately.
Okay. So you've got these brads, and these
$3.99 for the brads. Okay. You get 100. These are perfect for animals' eyes, as well as many other things. But $3.99. They're like those old, and I still can't remember what they're called. Paper fasteners.
Yeah,
where they open
that was
up.
it. Yeah, paper fasteners.
But they are perfect for little eyes and things.
Yeah. And if you buy the books as well, then you've got a pack to make everything else.
Or other things. I mean, people use them for all sorts of little
paper
details.
crafting or anything really.
Details on things. So $3.99 for brads.
Okay. So thick darning needle here, because you've got actually, if I count it up, you've got 1, 2, 3, you've got 4 layers of felt there.
Okay.
And that's quite thick, isn't it, to sort of push a little tiny brad through. And they're made of metal, but I don't think they'd survive actually trying to be pushed through 4 layers of
thin
felt.
metal.
Yeah. So ideal thing to use at this point would be hold it very carefully. I mean, if you've got, say, a cutting mat, you could literally just put it down onto the cutting mat.
We can give you a cutting mat.
Oh, right, okay. You've got everything here.
Yeah, I might give you a smaller one.
Okay.
We have everything under here. Sandwiches, trifles. Becky just looked at me when I said trifles. No, we haven't got trifles. I wish we did.
Depends on the sell-by date, doesn't it?
Yes, true. But we do have rotary cutting mats.
You're nodding. I'm getting worried.
I know. Becky's after my trifles and everything. Full buffet.
Oh dear. Okay, so we've got the darning needle, And the safest way to do it is if you've got the cutting mat, which has just been kindly given to me, very centrally.
Or a breadboard.
Yeah, breadboard would
I
be
use
another.
that when I'm putting in rivets.
Yeah, another useful tool. Just sort of like push it through. I mean, the other thing you could do with something like this to sort of give him a little bit more character, I suppose you could have him sort of looking in another direction, so you could position the
or make him
brads.
cross-eyed.
Yeah, sort of like slightly off
Slightly
to
mad
one
reindeer.
side, you know, so he was
Yeah.
looking in a different direction. But once you've made that initial hole, then it's kind of a little bit safer to actually pick up and push that darning needle through. I mean, although this is a darning needle, this is actually quite sharp, so, you know, you do have to be careful for injuries and everything. So your brads, little metal ones, they've got two sort of little prongs on the back, and if I just separate those out, and I haven't got my glasses on, so I'm trying to sort of see very carefully what I'm doing here. You can see there's two little sort of metal shanks, aren't they really, that open out. So what you do, I'll just get one that I haven't opened. Oops. Is carefully just push that through to the back. Splay out those two shanks, push them down nice and firmly so he's not going to lose an eye when he's hanging on the tree. There we go.
Perfect.
How cute is
I know,
he?
he's so cute.
He's lovely, isn't he?
He's so cute. He's just little face.
And you can see as well the back stitch, which is explained in the patterns, is used there for his mouth. And he's got a lovely little smiley
He
mouth.
has got a little, but
Yeah.
because you've drawn all that in, I feel like I could copy that, because
Yeah.
that's the bit I'd be slightly rubbish at. But I could copy that. And you've put eyelashes.
Yeah, I've got eyelashes
Love
in there
eyelashes.
for a little bit of detail, you know, just like extra quirkiness, I
Every reindeer
suppose.
should have an
Yeah,
eyelash.
yeah, definitely. So there we go. We've got to that stage, and then you would have your back piece, and you need to marry that up now really carefully. All right, make sure that all the pieces sit nice and evenly on top of each other, and you could use dressmaking pins at this particular stage if you really wanted to. This is where you need to insert all the little extras. So for instance, the ears. So because you've got two layers there, you're going to sandwich them between. And again, what I like to do is just put a little bit of glue on top of the actual ear. So sort of like, oops, round about here. Just put a little bit of glue in, slide that in, and push that down. So you know it's not going to move anywhere. It's
Okay.
going to stay in that particular position. So you've got your antlers as well. So they would need to go in.
Oh, it's nice. And then you can choose the kind of positioning for them, can't you?
Yeah,
So like the
yeah.
ears poking.
Yeah, I mean, you could just really personalise it to however you wanted to make him. So you've got your other antler here, which is actually not being blanket stitched because I needed that from a demo. But again, imagine it is blanket stitched, and you just slide that in, and again, blob a little bit of glue on the top part there, and push that in, so it's in place when you're going to start stitching. And again, with the tail, put that in, two little bobs of tail, place them in. See, he's coming together, isn't he?
He is. He's actually
Yeah.
looking like a real live reindeer
Yeah.
now.
And then your leg. Your spare leg. Just put that in.
Perfect.
Cute, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, okay, let's just move my little cutting mat there a minute, and we'll just come back to...
Yeah, see, that's easier, isn't it? Now you don't have
Yeah.
to lose everything.
Yeah, that's right. So if we just refer back to the design guide again, just to do a little bit of a recap over that. You put all of your bits and pieces in, your ears and so on and so forth, and you're referring to the key to the stitches. You're looking to see whether it's running stitch, or it's blanket stitch. When you're putting them together, those will be the only 2 stitches that you will need. So you've got all of your bits held in place, and you'll also see a little cloud shape here, which has got no stitching around the outside. That's because that's where the stuffing's going to go. Now, when I decided to stuff this reindeer, I thought, I'm not going to stuff his legs, I'm just going to stuff his body and his face. Because I thought, once he starts getting his legs stuffed, and it can be quite difficult, you know, sort of like putting some stuffing down sort of like narrow parts like that. I mean, it can be done, as I've used in my books and stuff, but I just a choice thing. I just decided to sort of like leave those unstuffed. And
I think
also,
it's nice for his legs to be floppy and dangling. Anyway.
Yeah, it gives him a little bit of movement, doesn't it? You know, he's sort of it's a bit more fluid. So you've referred to this, and I get the next bit out.
You're going to have loads of reindeers this Christmas.
I know, I'm going to finish all these
I think
off.
you should finish them all off and hang them all on the tree.
Yeah. I think my sister's got her eye on one, so. Right. So we're at this stage now, and you've done your blanket stitch around the edge, but the important part to note, where the ears and the antlers go in, and the tail and the extra leg, there's actually just a running stitch is being used there. So instead of a blanket stitch, because you can't blanket stitch over, you know, something that's sort of protruding or sticking out. So that is just a running stitch. And you can also see at this particular point in time now, I've inserted this piece of ribbon. If you want to hang him on a tree, you don't have to. He could just be a decoration that sort of like sits on your mantelpiece or something like that. But at this particular moment in time, if you're going to use them as a tag, I'd sort of like insert that little length there. And we've got that red ribbon, haven't we?
So in the kit you get a length of red ribbon that's used for that. Yeah,
which is really cool. And I think I've got some here that was supplied to me as well.
So that's used for the tag and for putting around the neck.
You could do, you could use that around the neck as well. So, all right, we're nearly there now, nearly there. So you've left your opening and you've used your blanket stitch around the edge. You've used your running stitch to hold in the extra leg, the antlers and the ear and the tail, and you've left your little gap for your stuffing. Now, you can use a number of different tools to stuff your reindeer.
Because I guess you've got to get down his neck.
Yeah. I mean, I quite often do use the points of my scissors, to be honest with you, to sort of like, you know, push it down. And it can take time, this. It's important, I think, to also reference at this point, don't rush this stage. You need to take it really, really slowly and carefully.
Have you got some of those, I can't even think what they're called, they're used for surgery. Hemostats.
No, I haven't.
They're amazing. We used to sell them. I'm sure we still do.
Right.
So they're like tweezers, but they hold stuffing, and then you put them in.
And then just put them in.
And then when you undo, they just let go. So they're brilliant for.
I need to invest in some of them.
And they're really good for, like, if you want to pull a needle through fabric, and you can't get it through. They are the tightest
They'll just grip that, and they'll just pull it through.
But for stuffing small areas, because you can just put a tiny bit in, and then they will release.
That's
magic.
Christmas present
list,
isn't it?
Hemostats, but I'm sure we sell them, but we don't call them. They're called like stuffings.
Right. Okay.
But that is what they are.
I'll have to
they
Google
have slight ridges on the inside of the blades
to grip.
Yeah, they are.
Okay. Interesting.
You will love them if you haven't got them.
I'm sure I will. So take this stage really slowly and, you know, really carefully, because worst thing you want to do is to sort of like upset any of your stitching, you know, that you've spent so much time, you know, putting together and so on and so forth. So do take that stage really, really slowly. Now, when I stuffed him, as I said, just stuff him, just stuff his body, leave his legs, just stuff his body and stuff his face.
Because he's going to be doing that on Christmas Day anyway, isn't he?
Isn't he just, yeah? So you've got this polyester stuff in here that I've used. It's really soft, really gentle to use.
Or have we got, I think we've got that.
Have you got some?
Yep. We have.
Aha.
Da, da, da.
Yeah.
This
And-
will make 3,000 reindeers.
It
well,
will.
maybe not quite that many, but lots of reindeers. But this is the best toy. This, even though you're not saying the best, this is a really good toy filling. This is the one that I use because it's very soft.
Yeah.
And you haven't got to, with some toy filling, you have to keep separating it
Yeah,
loads.
yeah.
Because it's a bit clumpy, but this is
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
So if you don't have any, it's worth getting. $3.99, worth it for lots. and lots
That
of
is
different
good. $3.99 for
big
that.
bag. Lots of reindeers.
I'll
Yeah.
be getting my stuffing tools and my.
I know. It's only $3.99 and
Yeah.
P&P's $3.95 all day.
Yeah,
Listen, if
that's
you're
good.
interested.
That's good. Okay.
And the hemostats, and I can't remember what they're called. Have we got those, Ben? You won't.
No.
No, no.
Okay, so again, if you're going to stuff a small area, you can sort of make little pea-sized shapes with your stuffing, sort of make it easier to sort of like put it in to, you know, smaller areas. So once he's actually stuffed and you're happy with how he looks, and also try not to overstuff as well. Because sometimes if
Yeah,
you do
that's hard,
overstuff,
isn't it?
yeah, and that's why when I said earlier, you know, take the stuffing sort of stage slowly and carefully, because if you are taking it slowly, you can see how he's building up and how he's taking shape. If
Yeah.
you're just sort of sitting there and stuffing away whilst you're watching the
You have a
telly,
very fat reindeer.
yeah, so, you know, take that stage slowly and don't overstuff him. Okay, so then that's him. Once you've stuffed him, you do your blanket stitch just to seal that side of the face up, as was demonstrated earlier on the ears, right? And then all it's a case of is either using your red felt, your red
ribbon.
red ribbon. So you could literally just make, obviously you tie it around his neck, but I'm just doing it quickly. Let's just see what it looks like with a little red ribbon. So you could use a red ribbon if you wanted to. Pop that round his neck. Or what I've used here on mine is just some gold raffia, and there's actually a lot around at the moment because of Christmas wrapping paper.
true.
And this is just something I've had sat on my work table for a long time. So I've used the gold raffia there just to sort of like decorating. But it's, again, it's personal choice. You might want to use a totally different colour altogether. And then you have got the bells.
So they're in your kit, the bells and the
Yeah.
ribbon and the felt and the
Yeah.
instructions.
So the bells, and how cute are they?
There's so many bells there. You could have one on every hoop and one on the end of the antlers.
Yeah,
and
you
everything.
could do. And what's nice about these bells, I don't want to open that pack there, you see, so I'm just going to get mine out. They've got sort of little, what would you call them? Like little sort of,
Shank
yeah,
thing.
just like a little button, isn't it, I suppose? So all I did with mine,
Well, it's like a little loopy thing on top, isn't it?
Yeah,
I don't know. It's
yeah.
probably got a name.
yeah,
But
there's-
it is like the shank that you get on the top of a shank button.
yeah.
The kit probably isn't called that.
I'll
it's
Google
called a
that.
bell top loop.
Yeah, no, you've just
Made
named
that
it.
up. Just made that up. Yeah, the bell top loop, yeah.
So
Made that up.
what I did with my reindeer, I just literally took a piece of sewing thread because I didn't want it to be really visible, and I just pushed it through. And again, because I haven't got my glasses on, I can't really see what I'm doing. I'm working blind. I put that through. Okay, imagine I've done it.
I've
And
got my glasses on.
Can I
Yeah.
just show you mine? These are fab, because I've not charged them up, but they've got a light on. But you can actually just put them on, sit, sew.
Well, let me have a go.
Go on, you've got to have a go. And you can move them.
Oh, yeah. I
Aren't they
can't see a
fab?
thing. Oh, but when you get close,
Yeah?
wow.
Oh no? So threading a needle, doing everything. Yeah.
They're magic.
So maybe they're on your Christmas list.
Yeah. I'll swap you your glasses for some tweezers.
Okay, so there we go. Imagining you've used a little piece of sewing thread there, and I just caught it through the little shank, as we've just named it, and tied it round his neck.
Oh, nice. And you get 9 bells in the packet.
So, yeehaw. So one reindeer would only have one, wouldn't he? One reindeer would only have one.
Yes,
if
that's
you make
true.
more,
And you get 9 in your packet, which is quite a lot, wasn't it?
So there he is, and he's all finished.
He's fab. And so I was thinking, that they'd make a lovely gift for somebody next, this Christmas, next Christmas. But you could put their name on the back, couldn't you?
Yeah, you could.
When you have like first Christmas or someone's name, because you
or
can get
embroider something on the leg.
Well, because you can get a couple of reindeers out the kit, and then more if you add a bit more brown. It'd be a lovely gift for someone to have on their tree, wouldn't it?
It would. Yeah.
And I'm always rubbish. Well, my Christmas stitching, I totally overestimate what I'm going to achieve. And you could get ahead now.
Yeah,
you make
you
everybody a reindeer. That's such a nice thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, it's fab. Well, thank you so much. I'll just run through the the kit. So in the kit, you get the full instructions, and as Alison has just gone through, they've got templates, all the details. They've got stitch guides, everything you need to know to go in here. Don't forget to write down today's date, which is the 12th of December, so you can watch back the demo, because Alison has really broken it down step by step so you can make it. In the kit, you also get all of this felt, and this is a really lovely wool blend felt. This is everything you need to make the reindeer, and you've got enough here to make 2 reindeers. In fact, you will need a little bit more of this brown, but other than that, you could make more than that. And you get the ribbon. Metre of red ribbon, which you can use for the little loop on top of his head and for the bells, and you get a pack of 9 bells. So all you've got to do is provide some stuffing and a bit of time. That's all it. Now, if you've got loads and loads of felt and materials already and you just want the instructions, $9.99 for just the instructions, which shows you what amazing value the kit is. So
Good morning. Oh, it's going to be a great day today. It's one of those mornings, though, that about 20 minutes ago we were like, right, we're ready to go on air now. And we almost felt like a little bit too organised. So I'm touching wood, something could go wrong. I'm not jinxing it, but yeah, I feel like we're missing something. I don't know what we're missing, but yeah, hopefully we haven't missed out on anything. We've got a great show. Lovely Janet Clare is here. I must say, Janet Clare, she's just such an inspirational human, isn't she? She's amazing. And her projects, I mean, we haven't just got a couple today. We have just bought the lot. We're getting everything, all of your favourites, some patterns back, Janet Clare's books, which I've not seen before, some of her favourite quilts. I mean, we've got loads to bring you with Janet Clare. It's going to be amazing. And then we've got an amazing show today. The team, Charlie and Ben and Becky. I've not seen these guys for months. Look, it's the boys back in town. Oh, I'm so excited. I've not seen it. I walked in, I was like, oh, this is so lovely to see you. It's been ages and ages, and we've put together a brilliant show. There was a slight change to the schedule. Yvonne McAtamney's on tomorrow now. So at 10 o'clock, what we're going to do is a whole hour of early bird specials. They're not just early bird specials. These are the best of early bird specials of 2022. So we're doing a bit of like an award ceremony of the best early bird specials 2022. So it's all about savings today. Should we start with a saving? Aurifil. A saving on Sewing Street. Amazing Aurifil. Bear in mind, we always did a brilliant price on Aurifil. Oh, Claire, I must say, I was going to message you the other day, Claire, because I've put Maisie's bunny on the top of her tree and she absolutely loves it. And then I noticed that we've got ours on the top of our tree here, so I needed to send you a picture. Right, Look, the little bunny, so cute. Right, now these should be $33.99. You are getting the most beautiful autumnal colours in here as well. You're getting like an ochre, you've got a beautiful burgundy, you've got a navy, you've got your greys. They're all your 50 weight and they are $29.99. Bearing in mind, these are 200 metre spools. They are big spools and they are your sew all thread. So these are ones that you're going to be able to use in the top of your machine, in your bobbin. You can use these for piecing, you can use these for applique, you can use these for hand sewing. You could use these for quilting. I mean, the possibilities are kind of endless. $29.99. $29.99. And look, these are all really useful colours to have in your stash. If you've never tried out Aurifil thread, this one, pesky one at the bottom of the box. There we go. Those of you that have never tried out Aurifil before, this is a really, really good time to try it out because your price per spool is now £2.90, which if you work out, you know, what it would cost you for a very generic 100 metre polyester spool, you're normally paying between sort of £1.70 and £2 for 100 metres. These are 200 metres and they are Egyptian cotton. They are spun in Italy. They are absolutely stunning quality. The best. I mean, they are the best. And the benefit of using Aurifil, I know a lot of people, you know, think, oh, is cotton as strong? Are you going to get that really strong colour with cotton? Yes is the answer. With Aurifil, it's especially sort of dried cotton. It's absolutely beautiful. And it's not going to leave any sort of lint build up in your machine. Fabulous price at $29.99. Quilters collection, 1 day only, 200 metres on each spool. We had a message come through, you say. Did you say it was for Hobby Maker? But it's relevant to us, so we're going to show it anyway. Go on, it's relevant because. Morning, Zena. Oh, you're supposed to be sent, this is for next door. Zena's on next door. Can you borrow some dark fabric? Start with rectangles. Yeah, but do you want to borrow some fabric from us? Maybe we should just throw some through for, who was that who messaged Zena? Alexandra, maybe we should just like throw some onto set, just willy-nilly. $29.99, and they are exclusive to us. They are exclusive to Sewing Street, which is amazing. Obviously, Aurifil sell these colours, but we've put this pack together especially for, you know, with quilters in mind. These colours are all great for quilters, but just for dressmakers, bag makers, toy makers, hand sews, whatever sort of sewing you're doing, this is a brilliant, brilliant collection. Oh, Claire said, yes, please, I need to see people's bunnies on the trees. Oh, honestly, ours is so cute, so cute. $29.99. Exclusive to Sewing Street, don't forget. And it is your early bird special today. Well done, everybody's checking out. If you have opened your order, then that means you've paid your post and packaging for the whole day. You're there, you're done. You can absolutely just fill your boots. Anything from the website, anything from today's show until midnight tonight, even machines, and it's all covered at £3.95, no matter how many times check out, which is brilliant. Now, today's show looks a little bit like this. We've got, oh, it isn't just fabulous fabrics. We've put together some really, really special colour theory bundles for you. Lots of science gone into today's show. That's the 8 a.m. show. And then we've also got on pre-order, have a look underneath us because you'll find lots of lovely Amber Makes designs as well. At 9 o'clock, we've got 3 brand new little purses with Janet Clare. A brand new Janet Clare project is always very, 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 very exciting. 9 o'clock, we'll be launching those with some of your favourite fabrics from Janet Clare as well. We've got full kits, they're going to be amazing. And we've also got some other bits and bobs in that hour as well at 9 o'clock. 10 o'clock, there's your early bird deals. Now, it should say, really, the best early bird deals of 2022. We've restocked some of the best ones. We haven't asked about some of the deals that we're doing. We're just going to do it anyway. Honestly, they are amazing offers at 10 o'clock. They're all on pre-order, but we might be dropping prices on some of them, so definitely stay tuned. That's at 10 o'clock. Oh, there'll definitely be price drops. At 11 o'clock, we've got Janet Clare, and she's made the most beautiful sewing kit with a pre-cut candy pack, which are I think they're all 2.5-inch squares. They're amazing, and there's a lot you can do with them. You think, smaller pre-cuts, what can I do? Honestly, trust us, there's going to be a lot that you can do with those. And then we've got, the Spoon Drift book, we've got a applique, loads of applique projects, some lovely kits under £20 in that show as well. And then at 12, in fact, where is the machine? I'm going to have to get it out for everybody to show you, because we have got the most amazing machine deals at the moment. We understand, look, it's an expensive time of year, and where we can offer you a saving, we absolutely will. I have to mention the 680 deal, because a couple of days ago, I launched the £50 saving deal on this machine, and there were already people checking out. It gets better today. I can't believe I'm saying that, but there was an email came up last night at about midnight last night. I spotted an email that said £50 off the 680 Plus, and I've also put together £100 worth of freebies. Look, there they all are. So the price is on your screen, you can see it there. You've got panels, you've got fabrics, you've got loads of different machine needles, you've got extra bobbins by the looks of things there, you've got some snips. There's all of those freebies included at that price, which is amazing. Also in that Sew Machine Hour, by the way. What machine's that? I've never seen that machine. 450EX. Oh my word, that is officially the most affordable sewing machine that we stock. And I must say, if we stock a sewing machine, we don't just do, like the ones that you'll get in a supermarket, for example. It's an Elna. It's an Elna. It's, if you are thinking of, starting a new hobby, watching Sewing Street and you're inspired and you want to start sewing, or getting somebody else into sewing, maybe, or if you want a little portable machine to take to a caravan or a holiday home, or, to families over Christmas, that's a brilliant price for an Elna machine. I'm excited to see it. Have we got one here? I wonder if we've got that machine here. I don't even know if that's been on. Ben says, I've not seen it. It was on the system, so I loaded it in. That might not have even been launched yet. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I haven't been here for ages. But it's there. If you want it, make the most of it. Right. If you do jump on the website, you'll find everything all on pre-order. So you can jump to sewingstreet.com, click on Watch Live, and you can message into the studio. I'm also on Facebook Live, so come say hello to us. Yes, says Ben. Yes. Coming up on today's show, there you will find our Amber Makes projects. So, there's a lot of thought and time that has been spent on these bundles. Thank you, Ben, because we're going to be talking about colour theory. I always find it very, very difficult to pick out complementing colours, and Ben's done all the hard work for us. Look, you've also got the artist collection, a bit of Monet, thinking of the champagne, a bit of Van Gogh, love it. And then you've also got some other beautiful bundles and fabrics by the half metre. Keep scrolling, and then you will get to Janet Claire's show. So on Janet Claire's show, you have got, there you go, Monty the Dinosaur. They're really cool applique patterns, really, really cool. Dinosaur, what's that from? On the wing, you've got the 3 little purses, the brand new kits are live. If you want to grab those ahead of time, I suggest you do actually, because you know what it's like when Janet Claire's here. Everything tends to sell out very, very quickly. She's absolutely, she's bought so many amazing products for us today. There's our early birds, and we're dropping prices. We are dropping prices. I know. They're not even here yet, by the way. This is so sort of hot off the press that all those early bird deals aren't even here yet. Are you going to do it again? We're going to do the deals. Now, if you know, then you know. Tulip Pink, Curious and Curiouser, we're going to do the deals. We are going to do the deals. If you check out now and we crash, you'll pay the final low price, don't forget. So don't panic if you're checking out at that price and we go lower. There's some more Janet Claire. Look, the Beach Huts is back. There's the sewing kit pattern on its own. There's the kit with the really, really cute little candy, 2.5-inch squares. I've not seen the Sewing Time Applique picture before. Love that. There's a Spoon Drift. We love that book. It's a 78 book. It's not just a pattern, it's a book. That's $19.99. And then, yeah, the mysterious sewing machine is there. Look at this. This is so good. Look, and also don't forget your 680 deal. If you've got any questions about any of the machines, we'll be answering all your questions in the 12 o'clock show. It's going to be lovely, isn't it? Right. Shall we get to cracking on these lovely bundles that our Ben's put together? Should we go with the red? Now, it isn't just red. It's red, yellow, green, purple and blue. Talk me through, Ben, your thought, your process. It's called an analogous. So this is when colours are close to each other on the colour wheel. So, I mean, there is a whole sort of science and theory behind colours. Colour theory is a big thing in art, but also with, you know, quilters and picking out fabric and designers, they will often refer to the colour wheel. So these are all colours that are close to each other and they complement each other beautifully. So you have got here your red, blue, gold, green and purple. They are all absolutely beautiful quality cottons. £14.95. I mean, what a great selection of colour. And whether you choose to use them all together in a project, well, one, you know that they're going to work, but two, that's just a good stash builder actually, isn't it? £14.95 for 2.5 metres. Oh, Tom's back in the room. He's been away for a few days. It's been his big birthday, very big birthday. So he hasn't been saying hello to me the last few mornings, but good mornings. But morning, my dream girl. I went to watch Dreamgirls last night. Had a very late night for a school night, but it was amazing. If it comes near you, because it's touring for a whole year, so if Dreamgirls is on tour at Theatre Near You, definitely see it. Amazing. It was brilliant. Talent. Singing was just incredible. This is your red. So is red the sort of main colour? And then red's the main colour, and then these are the colour, the blue and the yellow, which are next to it, and the green. The purple can actually slot in between each one. So to work, it doesn't necessarily need to be in that order, Ben. No? They'll all work together in any order. They all work down to the science. £14.95. We don't argue with science, do we? You've told me it's colour theory. That's it. It works. It works. I mean, I've always found it really, really difficult. I'll remember when I first started in the sewing world and I went to a quilters group and a course and workshops, and I spent so long in my first session just trying to pick out fabrics that coordinate, and I find it really hard. And someone said to me, don't worry, like, it is actually a skill in itself, picking out colours that work. So if you do struggle, go to the colour wheel. You know, that's there for you. It's readily available. Just literally search online colour wheel and you'll be able to find that these colours, they are all next to each other on the colour wheel and work together. So don't they say, you know, you can go opposite, you can go, that's a compound, that's what Cave does. What about the triangle one? Triad. Okay, that's a thing too. So did you research this recently, or is this something that you've known from when you did, you know, your collages and art? Bit of both. Sorry, I'm all creased. I don't know why this talk's very creased today. He said he did some research into these bundles because he knew he wanted to do a red. I knew he wanted to do a green and a blue and a yellow. So he did some research into this. But yeah, he's studied colour theory before. £14.95. Loads of you checking out on these, I'm not surprised. 2.5 metre bundle for £14.95. Amazing. Shall we do, thank you, the greens. So again, talk me through this one. So we're going to go for this is also an analogous. So these are about all next to each other on the colour wheel. So you've got different shades of green here. And then we've got, in fact, we've got 3 shades of green. And then the other end of the wheel, you've got the 2 yellows here. Oh, I tell you what, those tones and those hues, very similar, aren't they? They work, really work. So would you put this darker green under here? Look at him, he's teaching me. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. Love it. That's a beautiful bundle, isn't it? So what greens have you got here? Which ones did you choose? Because that must be difficult as well, because we've got a great range of different colours. It's difficult when you're at home and you're just looking at the image online, whereas Ben, he's actually in the warehouse, physically picking out the bolts, putting them next to each other and working out exactly what works for you. So you don't need to worry about, looking at the little thumbnails. So you've got emerald, bottle. Oh no, that's emerald, that's bottle. Ice green, buttercup, and a corn yellow. I've not seen ice green, and I don't think I've seen buttercup before. Aren't they beautiful? So the different greens are different, colours from the last one. So we had a gold in the last one and we've got corn yellow in this one. £14.95. So if you get both bundles, you're going to get a great selection of shades as well. The thing is, look, if you're buying a couple of these, the artist collection, for example, if you're picking out any of these lovely fabrics, these are going to mean that your designer fabric is going to go that extra mile. You might not just use these on their own. I mean, they're going to look amazing with some lovely quilting on top, maybe with your new Aurifils. But if you are just using this as a bit of an extender for your stash to make your designer fabric go further. I mean, even some of the Amber Makes panels, if you do just want to make some coordinating projects to go with, it's going to work. It's going to work with everything, isn't it? They're your greens. We then also have the blue. Now, these are complementary colours. So this is basically doing what it says on the tin. These are your complementing blues. So you've got here, now what order shall I put this? As you are the colour theory master. Blues like that. Nice. Cut it into strips, bargelle. Oh, this is lovely. This is very, very popular in interior design at the moment. I mean, this would be lovely for, I'm thinking quite a nautical themed project. It's like the sand and the sky, isn't it? Beautiful. But once again, I mean, we're just playing around with colour bundles here. There's nothing to say that, I'm going to use this along with, hang on, just a thought. Do you have any of Janet Claire's To the Sea collection? If you were lucky enough to get any, this would be perfect to go along with that. So if you've got any of the spoon drift patterns, any of the the fabrics that are from By the Sea, this is ideal. When you're thinking of blues, you think of just placing blue colours together. But actually these sandy colours, you can see from Janet Claire, and she's an artist, she often puts these taupes and sandy colours in with all of her projects. It works so well. It works so well. I think this is my favourite. I think this is my favourite. It means your fabric's going to go that bit further. We all know you've got a great fabric stash, but that was one of the tips that actually Stuart Hillard gave in his book. And he was saying to me, he says, look, we all have a great fabric stash, but sometimes you still need that 1/2 metre of your tan or your 1/2 metre of blue to use up your fabric stash that you have. And don't feel bad about that. Don't think, I've got all of this fabric and I'm going out and buying more, because actually sometimes you just need those complementing fabrics to let your stash sing, or to complete a project that's been sitting on the shelf for ages. So if you, for example, bought the beautiful By the Sea collection and you're waiting to work out what to do with it, or you're starting to make some projects, at least these, you're going to be able to use for the backs of cushions, you're going to be able to use for linings, you're going to be able to use for for pockets, for bindings. These are perfect. A lot of people coming in for these bundles. We love, love, love them. Don't forget about the lovely Aurifil collection that we had as the early bird today as well. They go really well. They put a lot of love into these for you. A lot of love. So I've really worked hard on these bundles, and it's paying off when people, you know, people are getting them and enjoying them and loving them as well. Hard work pays off. Okay. So when we talk about colour and colour theory, and you think about the masters of colour in the industry and who does colour really well, who springs to mind? Ben. I always think of Kaif. I always think Kaif does something with colour that I just don't know how he does it. If I were to, you know, go into a shop, or if I were to look in my wardrobe and pick out the colours and wear all the colours that you would see in a Kaif quilt, you'd think, how is that ever going to work? It's just not going to work. But I'll tell you how it works, science. Kaif, again, he follows what's called compound colour. So he goes to the colour wheel and he looks at literally what is opposite that colour on the colour wheel. So Ben has done exactly that. He did a bit of research of how, you know, Kaif finds his colour palette. What he does, he always does compound colours. So that's why it works. And that's why it always works. Now, this is a yellow compound colour bundle. So here, you've got your blue, your green, you've got a beautiful purple, you've got a really bright yellow and a really bright blue. And again, it works. So the reason it's called yellow is because yellow was the starting colour. So went with yellow. Opposite to yellow, what's opposite to yellow then on the colour wheel? £14.95, 2.5 metre bundle. So opposite your yellow is your purple. Look at these two together, they do. They do look great together, don't they? In fact, they're Charlie's two favourite colours. He says they do work very, very well together, purple and yellow. And then the other end, what do you mean onto the left? Can you show me, have you got a picture of the colour wheel up on your screen? Can you just show me? Just so I can see what you're talking about. So these two are opposite. Thank you. So you've got, oh yes, I see. So then your blue is like at 9 o'clock basically. There we go. Stuck to the left-hand side for the greens. So then you could have put a orange or a red in, couldn't you? Right, he says to do that, I would have to get rid of the blue and the green, so I stuck with the blues. It works really well, doesn't it? Works really, really well. So if you've got this bundle in your stash, maybe an orange, a pink, a red, they're going to work as well with it. If you got rid of the green and the blue, then you could put orange and red with this. Nice. Oh, it's all very clever. We're getting very technical this morning on a Tuesday morning, aren't we? At 8:25. It's, yeah, I'm going to need to lie down after this hour. £14.99. It's great though, isn't it? It's really good to learn, and I think it's really important because otherwise you could be looking at your stash thinking, I don't know where to go from it. I've just got a pile of fabric. At least, you know, we've done the work for you. You've got all the fabric that you know is going to work. All looks great together. Whether you're choosing to use this separately or whether you're choosing to use these together, they're lovely quality 100% cotton fabrics. Now, those of you that are multi-buying, which we can see a lot of you are multi-buying on different bundles, remember they already come pre-cut. These are cut ready to go. They're in half-metre pieces. Our warehouse team have already cut these. They are literally ready to be dispatched. Please, will you let Ben know what you're thinking of making, or when you make something, send a picture on the fan page. If you lose these colours together, because Ben's saying, I'm so excited, there's so many people who are buying all these bundles and I really want to know what you're going to do with them. Or if you've got an idea already, how you're going to put the colours together, what you're thinking of using it for. I mean, we're talking about quilting sort of primarily, but actually there's so much that you're going to be able to use these colours for. £14.95. Thank you for all of these bundles, Ben. They are brilliant, aren't they? We've got one other. Now this one is a monochrome massive bundle, the monochrome rainbow. You're getting 1/2 metre for free in this bundle. You've got all of your creams. Look at this. I mean, the thing is, look, it's one of those, I love this. This is very, 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 very me indeed. Your neutral colours are always very useful. Whenever we do, you know, our brights, rainbows, they always sell very, very fast, but I think this is going to be even more popular. How useful is this? Now, even whether if you're thinking, I love colour, I love my cave, this is going to work with cave. This is going to work with your bright colours. Look, some of your artist fabrics, it's going to let that sing, isn't it? It complements it, and you can pick out the right colours. Sometimes you don't want a stark white. In fact, you haven't put white in this bundle, have you? No. Didn't put white in this because it's all from your lovely shades of ivory and cream through to your sort of tans. Then you've got this lovely selection of grey. This would have been impossible a couple of years ago, by the way. We could not get grey fabrics in, just couldn't. And we're really, really lucky because, you know, there's a lot of amazing quilting shops and fabric shops out there. But they don't have the space that we do. It's for no fault of their own, but they just don't have the warehouse facility that we do. So they might stock a shade of grey, and we have got all of these shades of grey. 50 shades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shades of grey in this bundle alone. I mean, you've got a beautiful, beautiful selection. £37 and 90 pence to be able to get all of those hues, and you're definitely going to be able to match it in with some of your other fabrics. That's just a great stash builder to have. Stuart Hillard loved that one as well. Fabulous. Thank you, Ben. While we're talking about art and artists, I've picked these out quite a few times actually. I've never seen them before. They're obviously based on actual art, which of course, I know a lot of people like to have textiles on their walls. So to be able to even just frame some of these for a gift for somebody. How is this £4.99? It's wide, by the way. This is Gustav Klimt. And it's, look, you've got, is it 140 wide? Look at that. That's amazing. I'm thinking like lampshade covers, definitely home furnishing. That'd be so cool, wouldn't it? A lampshade cover or some really lovely smaller accent cushions. Tote bag would be really cool. I'm thinking of all the things that, you know, if you go to a gallery or if you go to like a National Trust house, things that you would buy, you know, very, you know, considered purchases that you'd buy in the gift shop at the end. You go to an exhibition and you bought this at the end, you'd be looking at what, a little bag for £30 or something, a small cushion, probably more. You're going where? You're going to the Louvre. Oh my gosh. When are you going to Paris? Oh, amazing. Paris. £4, 99.5 metre. And you can buy this off the bolt as well. If you bought the red colour bundle, this is going to go, because look, you've got those lovely reds and the blues, the greens. I mean, this is going to go with lots. If you've got the monochrome, it'll also go with the green, actually. £4, 99.5 metre. Very, very popular. What about for dressmakers? Because you've got that extra width as well. I know lots of dressmakers that would really like this. Yeah. Anybody who you know? Anybody who you know maybe is an art teacher or just loves art? Gorgeous. £4.99. Do you know what this print is called, or this painting's called? The Kiss. Called The Kiss. Right, I still got loads to get through. Shall we do? This one also complements as well. It's another Klimt one. Here we go, and it's again wide. This is lovely. It's another wide artist collection. It's 140 wide, I believe. Flower Garden, this print is called. I also think very sort of Delphine Brooks vibes. If you just want to frame some and do some extra hand embroidery over the top of it to add texture, Delphine style, that would look stunning. That would look stunning. The colours are amazing, aren't they? I wonder what colour theory Gustav used for this one. £4, 99.5 metre. It is a bit of a compound actually, isn't it? If I'm not mistaken. £4.99. I'm competing with Carol. She's shouting £4.99 in the room next door. You could hear her. She's now going, woo woo! I don't know if she can hear us. Okay, shall we do a little bit of money? I mean, this is just one of the most recognisable images. The Lily Pond